Hello everybody, this is X here. Today I've got another World of Warcraft top 10 countdown for you. Today it is going to be my personal top 10 instances. So let's get right into it. Number 10. The Wailing Caverns. Now this is located in the Northern Barrens and is one of the first instance dungeons which players will encounter on their journey through WoW. Now this is probably one of the longest dungeons that I have ever experienced in the history of WoW. Due to the recent Cataclysm cleanup, it can take about 30 minutes, but I reckon today it could still take around up to, I don't know, perhaps half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour if you have a slow team. And that's really the reason that I like this dungeon so much, because it does last a while and you do get a buttload of experience from doing the dungeon itself. Number 9. Pit of Sauron. Now this is the second wing of the Frozen Halls located in the Ice Crown Citadel. Now the one before this is the Forge of Souls and the final one is the Halls of Reflection. Now the reason that I like this one is just for the whole atmosphere of the dungeon. It's just really good. The bosses are pretty challenging, got some good mechanics. And also due to the fact that these monsters do have a small chance of dropping the Battered Hilt, which could make you a few thousand gold in one run. And it's just an awesome instance to run through, solo or in a group. Number 8. The Stone Core. Now this is the 5-man dungeon designed for players leveling through Deep Home. Now the reason that I like this one personally is because it can drop the range of the Vicious Stone Drake, which is also a good thing to run. It was also the first dungeon for me that I completed solo at level 90 in Cataclysm anyway. So that means a bit to me. And it's just got a great atmosphere, all the different stone creatures, and just like a great mind feel, and it's just an awesome dungeon to run, really. Number 7. The Shadowpan Monastery. Now this is an 87 plus dungeon, which is found in Kunlai Summit. Now the reason that I personally enjoyed this one is because it is probably one of the most frequently entered dungeons that I've done. Every single time I seem to do a look for group dungeon instance, I seem to get this one. So it's just got some good memories, and it is also an awesome instance. You've usually got a lot of what used to be justice points, and you do get a fair amount of experience as well for doing this, and some pretty decent items at level 87. Number 6. The Vortex Pinnacle. Now this is a level 82 to 84 5-man dungeon located in the Sky Wall. This is located above Uldum in the skies. Now the reason I like this dungeon personally is because obviously it can drop the range of the Drake of the West Wind. Try saying that 6 times faster. It also has just a great atmosphere being all in the sky. It's got some great under views, if you know what I mean. You can see around all the different areas. It's just a great looking dungeon all around, and it's just a great experience all around, really. It's good items as well. Number 5. Stratholme. Come on, everybody knew this was going to be in my list. This is like the most legendary dungeon of all time. Everyone remembers coming here. It's probably got to be one of my most favourite dungeons. I can remember not too long ago when I was playing WoW, I used to solo run this for gold. It's still just a great dungeon for everybody to do at all levels, solo or in a group. It's just an absolutely brilliant dungeon to do. Number 4. Hellfire Ramparts. Now this is the first dungeon that you will encounter when going to the Hellfire Peninsula, and that is one of the reasons why I personally enjoy this dungeon. It just brings back memories of when I was a little noob, first going to the Outlands to about level 60 and starting my journey up to level 70. So obviously the first dungeon that you encounter, it's got some great items if you're just starting off in the Outlands. Great bosses, plenty of experience, and just a brilliant dungeon to run. Number 3. The Halls of Lightning. Now this is located in Ulduar in the Storm Peaks of Northrend. Now the reason that I like this dungeon is because it is a very decent one to run in order to gain a lot of gold. It is also a good looking dungeon as well, with a lot of cool bosses, with some good tactics, and it's just a great dungeon to run all around, and it's just one of my personal favourites. Number 2. The Botanica. Now of course everybody remembers running this dungeon. It's personally, in my opinion, one of the best dungeons to run if you are trying to make gold. It's just also a brilliant dungeon with all. It's like a agricultural sort of building. It's great, loads of plants around. It's just a great dungeon to run overall, and you get a lot of decent items from it, which are great if you are low level or if you're running it for gold. awesome dungeon. And number 1. And my personal number 1 dungeon is Grimbatal. Now the reason that I like this is because it is just one of the dungeons that I run most frequently, because I use it with the potion of treasure finding in order to make most of my gold. And also it just brings great memories of being in the Twilight Highlands and running this in a group. Getting lots of good items and experience, and it's just a brilliant dungeon to run if you're making money or not. So that is it for this World of Warcraft Top 10 Countdown. If you enjoyed, don't forget to punch that like button, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Twitter feed, which is linked down below as always. So, last thing to say, I've been X-Doc Helix, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye for now.